So, okay, so first of all, before I go to the first song, I'm going to explain. This song is in our semi-regular 6-string tuning. So, normally when we play our 6-string material, which is accounts for about half of our songs, we play in a tuning called drop C. And that sounds like so it's still pretty low and heavy, but we use the 6-string for that tuning, and I personally use it so I can get bigger, brighter chord voicings on a 6-string. I find it's easier to do that on a 6-string as opposed to an 8-string or a 7-string. And yeah, that's basically everything. An entire step down for you guitarists, and the low string is down to another whole step. So then you get a drop tuning, basically a drop D equivalent, except at a lower level. So power chords. I never played like that when I was learning guitar. The reason I started messing with drop tunings when I was younger is because I could do chords like that, but then stack voicings on top of these chords. So as opposed to settling for this in a song, I would try to add voicings to make it sound a little bit more interesting and sort of spicy. So instead of that, you have or something, or here there. I'm all playing chords with the power chord as the root. But the beneficial part of having a drop tuning is you can use one finger to get all the notes in a power chord. So a really powerful, like metal sounding chord. Then you still have 3 fingers at least to voice a bigger, brighter, more specific chord. And that was a really huge step in my playing. I hit a really bad rut about 7 years ago where I almost quit guitar because I couldn't really write anything that sounded interesting to me anymore. And then I started messing around with that. I would take an idea, and then instead of using a power chord like that, so I'm doing now. You know, that sounds so much more interesting, and like it's still not the craziest, most technical thing in the world, but you can really spice up a lot of ideas using that kind of approach. So yeah, speaking of chords, I'm going to get to the first song here. I'm going to play a song called The Bad Thing.
The only song I can play.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you play?
I can't play the whole thing. I can only play the main riff.
Okay. Yeah, that song actually started with just the main riff, and we racked our brains trying to figure out what to do with the rest of it.
Yeah. I love the rhythm, the syncopations.
Cool. So this tuning is slightly different than the one I just explained. So the 6th string is a full step and a half down from that C. So now what we're looking at is an A. So what that allows you to do is go down this level. A lot of times when people hear that, they think it's a 7th string. But like I said, that's not the case. What this allows you to do is, with the power chord shape, 2 octaves. And also it allows you to get some really ugly, evil sounding chords. Yeah, it's heavy, massive tuning, but on a 6th string. And again, these guitars have a longer scale on them, for those of you who don't know, so I can use these lower tunings without the string tension getting in the way. The problem with a lot of guitars in the market is as soon as you start to hit a certain level in terms of tuning, you lose all the definition of the notes. They get floppy. You ever get that effect? They get floppy. It just doesn't cut. But with this, it's kind of corrected because of long scaling. All right, here we go. Thank you. As you can see, I played that on one patch because I don't have a pedal board today. So, clean tones, lead tones, everything on a rhythm patch. So we have all of our Axe FX presets programmed on a Pro Tools session. So that does all the channel switching for us. We don't have a pedal board on stage, which is why I don't have one here. But unfortunately, that leaves me in this position where I have to fucking half-ass this with one preset. So I hope that was okay. Does anybody